In case you missed it, the news wrote today, Melly will get a new bond hearing for his retrial on July 9th, according to the latest filing, meaning Melly has one last chance of receiving a bond. With Melly having the best chance of being released, his mother Jamie King shared the details.
We just still praying. I know I said I would I'll keep everybody updated with what's happening. I know right now we're waiting. So basically the judge is going to do, I guess, a written order. So we're just waiting, and that order can come any minute, or it could come tomorrow. I don't know. So we're just waiting. We're just waiting. So everybody just keep praying, keep having faith. Oh, Tessa, stop. I've been crying too. It's been a long time coming, you know.
However, prosecutors then took a troubling step. According to recent reports, a no communication order has been filed in the Melly trial. This order completely separates Melly and Bortleno conversations. No communication through their lawyers, nothing at all. It appears prosecutors may be attempting to pressure Bortleno into cooperating or testifying against Melly by isolating the two ahead of the next trial.
Here, and you can try them together. It is to the benefit of the state to try them together. It just more efficient. You don't have to do things again and again. Do it all at once, and also you get a better chance of having them incriminate each other during the trial. It benefits the defense to sever it. That way they can point the finger at each other and get away with it. So this is what's going on. But I don't think it should be automatically severed because the state is seeking a penalty for Melly, because it's only the penalty phase of the trial that would be different, not the guilt phase. The guilt phase is the same. They're both capital crimes. You're seeking the penalty on one, not the other, but that goes into the second part of the trial, the penalty phase, only if Melly is found guilty.
If Bortleno knows he didn't commit the crime, it's unlikely he'll quietly accept a life sentence. That increases the chances he'll turn on Melly to save himself. Prosecutors are also pressuring Melly's ex-girlfriend to testify. She had been hiding outside the U.S. since his original trial after failing to appear in court. Her no-show led to a warrant being issued for her arrest.
Maya Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demons' first trial in 2023.
The judge reportedly struck a deal with Mariah, allowing her release under the condition that she testifies in Melly's upcoming trial. Shortly after, she took to Facebook writing, "Thank you to my village, I love y'all so much." Oh, God's plan not. Investigators had discovered evidence in Mariah's iCloud account, suggesting Melly may have influenced her decision not to testify in the first trial. As a result, Melly is now facing a witness tampering charge, an offense that could carry a life sentence regardless of whether he's ultimately found guilty of the murders of Sakhazer and Juvie.
Filing 6 new charges against Demons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction.
The witness tampering charge is separate from the case involving Sakhazer and Juvie's deaths. Melly allegedly tried to influence a witness through jail phone calls, leading to a year-long phone restriction. His mother has said she doesn't think the punishment is fair.
Has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to just to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
If the evidence is true that Melly used jail phones to tamper with a witness, that explains why he's been denied phone access. But what could truly seal his fate is what Bortleno decides to do. Prosecutors are now pushing Bortleno to pin the crime on Melly, ironically, the same strategy Melly tried to use against Bortleno in the first trial.
His lives. Cortland Henry shows up at Memorial Hospital, Miramar. You don't see him sitting there, but where you will see him sitting is in the driver's seat of a car with 2 bodies car riddled with and when he shows up with a change of clothing, change of shirt, powder residue on his hands, evidencing that he had discharged a firearm. And he lies. He lies about where the incident occurred. He lies about how it occurred. And he lies about not having the phone. I think it was Miss Bradley herself who said, everybody has a phone in his pocket, not Cortland Henry.
It was revealed that Bortland lied to federal agents. He had gunshot residue on his hands and was the last person seen with Zacchazier and Juvie. An investigator was even brought in to testify about the firearm residue found on Bortland.
So the right hand of Cortland Henry contained 0 particles characteristic of shot residue and two component particles. And the left hand contained 1 particle characteristic of shot residue and 1 2-component particle.
Okay. And can you explain to us what that means?
Basically, overall, there was shot residue present on the hands.
Bortland wasn't happy about the situation. After Melly's case ended in a mistrial, he tweeted, "Mind games don't work on people like me," with a handshake emoji hinting that he might be open to a deal. Aware of this, Melly's legal team began preparing their strongest bond package yet. According to news sources, they proposed an unspecified bond to be covered by his record label, 300 Entertainment. If granted release, Melly would be placed on house arrest, where an ankle monitor and hire 24/7 private security to monitor him. The proposal was so convincing that one rapper even tweeted, "That boy Melly coming home, I feel it." Melly's team also claims they have evidence showing he's being treated inhumanly in jail, which could support their argument for bond.
You saw Melly's statement just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life. As a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone.
They even presented GPS evidence showing that Melly was away from the crime scene, reportedly running down the street and hiding in a bush.
The part where he's saying that someone just shut the car up and was trying to shoot him. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, "There's a car coming behind him, like hiding." He was like, "There's some," yeah. He's like, "Yeah, there's some. I think they're still out here or something." So I'm like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "I'm okay." I said, "Well, where are Zach and Juvie?" And he said, "I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're..."
To further support the drive-by theory, they pointed out that no firearm was ever recovered, suggesting that the weapon was likely taken away in the vehicle that fled the scene.
So the first thing is I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which firearm I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for this determination because I don't know what was used.
Okay.
Here's where things get serious. If Bortland is tried alongside, Melly prosecutors can use his police interrogations from the night of the crime, where he was allegedly lying to protect Melly, as evidence against them both.
Tell me what happened.
Man, I was playing music, getting off the exit. I was already getting sleepy, almost home. You know what I'm saying? And like just out of nowhere, like I just heard, you know what I'm saying? So, and I ducked down, you know what I'm saying, in the car, and I almost crashed.
Let me back you up a few minutes. Where were you coming from?
I was coming from the studio, from Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale studio. Which way did you take?
I took I-75, 595 to
75.
Expressway. Yeah.
Then you took 75 south?
It became clear to officers that Bortland's story didn't add up. Though he tried to stay confident, he was eventually caught in several lies.
Here's the hard part where we're having a hard time to understand, is that we shut down that entire area and we had officers shoulder to shoulder walk it out. They didn't find as much as one shell casing. They didn't find one piece of glass. Nothing. Nothing to what you said adds up. And it's hard.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, that's the class.
I mean, for whatever reason, your two friends Are these your good friends?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These my like.
These your two, I'm assuming close friends.
Yeah, we got.
And you're doing them an in-service by not telling us the truth.
I'm telling you the truth, sir. I don't like. How? What do you want?
How do you make shell casings disappear?
I don't know. How can I tell you about a shell case?
But the interrogation quickly took a turn as Bortland grew frustrated when officers refused to believe his version of the events.
I told y'all the story, and that's it, bro. I don't even talk about it no more. Like, cause I told y'all, like, I don't know, like, I don't know.
Okay, just so you know, all right, because you're saying, well, I don't want to talk anymore. There's going to be a lot more questions. And we're not trying to piss you off. The thing is, we don't know your friends.
Yeah.
So the reason we have to ask all these questions, because the more we know about your friends, your lifestyle, your friend's lifestyle, your friends, his friends, and the circumstances surrounding today, the more, the easier it's going to be for us to try and solve this.